why haven't y'all tried miracle food yet? Like, for real, all jokes aside.
Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega, I'm the ancient of the days, I'm the Rahman Rahim, and you don't know where I come, you don't know from where I came, all you know is I am one with many aspects, different names, then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain, then I said let it be, then next thing I heard a bang, then I split up into infinite dimensions with a chain, now we're all interlinked, we are all one and the same.
Yeah, so I guess, I was getting to basically a brother came home, and that was at the point I was like, okay, hopefully, you know what I mean? We could get things popping. And
we did. I mean, that's when, we put together the double album. We end up with this crazy situation where we had recorded a song with 3-6 Mafia. Where they produced the beat and they rapped on the song, and then they won the Oscar, right? Like after we had did the record, they ended up winning the Oscar. So they went to their record company and they tried to renegotiate with the record company and get into it with Sony, because Sony's like, well, you guys wrote the record, but it's not your song. So they went with this whole back and forth with them. The record company gets mad and shelves them as a group, like stops fucking with them as a group. But as a production company, they don't have a deal with the label. So they can still make beats, so they can still stay on the record as far as producers, but they weren't clearing them, right? So the label's like, we're not clearing y'all for nothing right now. At the same time, the album goes out in LA at the All-Star game as a sampler, right? So they Jive puts out a sampler, spreads it out during the NBA All-Star Weekend in LA as promo. Big Boy gets it and Andre gets it, both separately. And so Andre hears it. Andre's like, yo, is this record done? And we're like, no, you want to fuck with it? He's like, yeah, but I don't want to rap to the drums. I just want to rap to the sample. Big Boy calls around the same time. Like, yo, I love this record. I want to get on this record. Can I get on this record? I'm like, yeah, cool. He's like, okay, but I just want to rap to the drums. I want to like fuck with the drums. I don't want to rap to the sample. I just want to fuck. So the craziest shit in the world. Like you could never have planned this like that.
right.
And so Andre sends his verse in, Big sends his verse in. And because of the fact that they're both, Outkast was signed to Jive, Arista, right? Like under the whole Arista umbrella. So we didn't even have to clear them, because technically we're all signed to the same music group.
Right.
So it ends up being produced by 3-6 Mafia featuring UGK and Outkast. It can't get more southern than that, right?
Right.
Record blows up, goes crazy. We shoot the video in LA during Hip Hop Awards weekend. That's why there's so many different cameos in the video, because everybody was in town that weekend for the video, and just to start blowing up. And by the time we get ready to drop the album, and like really start the momentum for everything and go out on the road and start doing shows again, everything is good. And we get the Grammy nomination. We told that we're being submitted for a Grammy nomination. And before we get the nomination, Pimp passes away. And so like at the height of everything, right? And that was something, I know younger artists don't have that same connection with the Recording Academy and all that. And that's cool. I get it. I'm not knocking nobody, whatever. But for us, like being acknowledged by the Grammys was a big deal, because they don't have, and it was because they didn't have that cultural reference, right? So if you resonate with those people, you actually making some impact out here, right? Like you're actually reaching beyond like your intended receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like your shit is actually popping bigger than you think it is, And there was a level of accreditation for us, being young, small town guys. No, the only other person to make music where I'm from is Janis Joplin,
Oh, wow.
And that's kind of a big deal in itself. Like Port Arthur is the home to like UGK, Janis Joplin, and like Robert Rauschenberg. And
We don't know who the fuck that is. So.
He's like a really, really famous artist.
Yeah, well,
really, really world famous.
Not to
artist. Yeah, I could imagine. And Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy Johnson that used to coach the Cowboys.
Okay, well, we know him.
Oh, so getting that Grammy nomination was always like a very big accolade. You know what I'm saying? And I just hate that he wasn't here to actually see us get it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy, man.
And we lost to Southside by Common and Kanye.
Oh, Chicago.
They got us on that one.
Yeah, that was it was really unbelievable to me at the time. Nah, this can't be real.
It's always rough when you see people that are so, because Chad was always so full of life, right? And was always living in the moment. Like there was I wouldn't say disregard, right? But there was not a moment that he wasn't trying to get everything out of when he lived. And that's something to be admired about that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us take some of these moments for granted, you know? You kind of, think you're going to live forever, especially when you're young and you're reckless, but he was very gracious for everything that he had, the people that he had. He loved his family and his friends very deeply, was never casual, and he gave music everything he had. Like there was never a plan B for him. This is all he ever wanted to do. And he gave it everything he could give it. And I think he got everything you could ever want out of this experience, right? Like respect from your peers, commercial success. I mean, he's iconic in hip hop now, and, as Tupac is to the West Coast and Biggie is to the East Coast, so Pimp C is to the South.
Yes, he is.
Facts.